That's where my heart jumps into my stomach. Good evening and welcome to Cork Live. I'm your host, Shin Hayes. Tonight's panel, I'm joined by Tara O'Leary, former Miss Cork 2017. Welcome, Tara. Shane Ford, head coach at Toker Boxing Club. You're very welcome, Shane.
Thanks, Sinead.
And lastminute.com, our Sarah Burke. Sarah Burke. Sarah, you haven't been with us now since 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
So tell us, what have you been
Loads
up to?
going on. So after the last show, I was on RSVP, got in contact. So we had the interview with RSVP, which then went on to the Daily Mirror, the Irish Mirror, the Daily Mirror, whichever. So that was all over the place. That was great excitement. And then I launched the new group. That was going really well, and it still is. So that's running now on the Tuesday morning at 9:30 as well. So I'm really mental busy. We're after moving into the house. Last time we spoke, we were moving house, so stress central.
We're all like that tonight.
Stress central, but it's all working out. Like, it's this weekend. Like, I thought moving into the new house, I was like, oh, the first night you're going to just be in there and it's going to be a glass of wine. You're going to be relaxed.
I did warn you.
You did say that to me.
I said it's going to.
It didn't go that way.
A bereavement.
Yeah,
you know?
we're waiting now for things to come. The couch needs to come and the new bed needs to come. Just bits and pieces, but it will all be there this weekend. We should be sitting there with a glass of wine on Saturday night, hopefully. But yeah, I know it's going really well. I also launched the menu in the pantry in Cork as well, in Merchants Quay.
I can't wait to try.
It's amazing. So yeah, there was a huge stigma though attached to it about people saying that it was Slimming World. Slimming World, it's not Slimming World. It's just a healthy eating menu. Do you know? So I just wanted to get that out here as well tonight. But yeah, loads of exciting things happening. So we've got that, and then I just came from the gym, so I was doing a juco as well. So that's kind of it, really.
They won't know you.
No,
That's kind
you
of
will.
Really.
I know. I was back in a juco tonight, and I was just saying to the lads before we started that I haven't been to the gym since March, and I forced myself to go down tonight, and I came out, and those following me will see that afterwards. I was nearly in tears. I was like, why do you do it to yourself? And I suppose for anyone that is watching or anyone that's thinking, will I go back? Will I join? Will I do this? It doesn't matter if it's Slim World, if it's boxing, or if it's anything that you're doing, just go do it and get it done. Because once it's done...
about the Ajuka gym though, it's only 20 minutes.
And
my husband to be laughing at me going, come on, you're only gone and you're back again. But I'm like, yes,
and I was sitting in the reception talking to a girl, and she said to me, oh, come on. Like, I don't even know who she was, but we ended up talking. She was like, come on, now it's 20 minutes. Like, and I was saying, I know, but like that 20 minutes is the longest 20 minutes of the day. Like, but I've it done now and it's done. Do you know, it's done.
That's
so I'm
great.
backing out tomorrow. So I got 12 days straight. Just to get myself into it. But I suppose if you are struggling and you don't know where you're at the minute, just go back to whatever you were doing and just get into it.
See you now in 12 days.
I'm trying to hide myself there now at the minute. There's nowhere I'm looking. But yeah, no, it's all going good though. All positive on my side.
I'm delighted.
I will interrupt when you're talking after. I have a
She always does.
Right,
Yeah.
no problem.
So we move on to Shane. Shane, welcome.
Hi, Sinead,
I know
thanks
coming
very
on
much.
shows like this isn't something that you normally put yourself forward for, but look, fair play to you here. I just think it's very important to highlight sport in the community.
Yeah,
So you're with Toker Boxing Club,
that's right.
fantastic organisation. So tell us a little bit of a history about the club.
Well, the club was reformed in 2013 through co-foundation. Our club president, Alan Crowell, and our secretary, Fergal Dennehy, were able to get us a facility on Vickers Road in Toker. And on the first night of training, we had 60 people training. So that proved then
That's
that the club was worth doing. Like, you know, from there it just kicked on. We started with 5 coaches, like, and within a year we were up to 12, you know. So that was how popular the training was in the club. Like,
And
so
it's all voluntary, of course.
it's all voluntary, yeah. It's a non-profit, voluntary basis club, like, you know. But it just kicked on from there. It just took off from there. Within 12 months then we had 2 national champions, like Colin O'Donovan and Nick the Greek, like, you know, as he's commonly known as. That's his nickname, Nick the Greek. Nick Constantinos is his name, but he's commonly known, one of the coaches nicknamed him Nick the Greek, you know. But within 12 months we had 2 national titles from the 2 lads, like, you know. We're currently now up to 10 national titles, which is fantastic for that short period of time, you know.
Of course. And of course you do an awful lot of work within the community as well.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that? I know you're involved with the Cope Foundation. And
that's right, we help out with the Cope Foundation there. They were very good to us through our club president, Alan Crowell, who's a leader in Cope, like, you know. Every Tuesday morning we do a class with Cope members. and they also take part in our class on a Wednesday night as well. We still have 1 or 2 lads that come in and train away with us, you know.
That's great that you've inclusion like that, you know,
Yeah,
it's very important.
but they really enjoy the training. They really enjoy the club as well. It's very beneficial for them, like, you know.
Of course.
And then we work with other groups within the area as well. Like tomorrow morning, there now we have 6 classes from Toker National School coming to the club, and they'll train in the club as part of a healthy week.
Oh, fantastic.
So they'll all
I didn't realise you did things like that.
Yeah. Last year we done it with Toker School as well, and we done a bit with Glasheen School. So tomorrow morning Toker will be coming in, and then in July then we work with the Happy Hub, which is kind of like a summer scheme, and they'll come off to the club as well for 2 days as well, 2 different age groups, you know, and they'll enjoy the benefits of the club then as well. Like, and we just train with them, and we have a few games, and it went down very well last year. It
gets them into it though, doesn't it? Because I'm not like that growing up, and I suppose I was overweight growing up, but for kids it does get them out there and get them to be more active.
Yeah,
of course, like there's huge benefits in boxing.
Yeah, like there's a high level of fitness needed to compete in boxing, like, you know, that's why you see an awful lot of kids might drop away from it when they realise what is involved, you know. If you're going to be serious and want to challenge for titles, you'll be training 5 days a week, like, you know.
Of course.
But the benefits of the training then are fantastic, because you know, it does a high level of fitness, but it's very enjoyable. You know, even we run a boxercise class there now on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and there's great membership in that, and they enjoy their training, like, you know, and it's for all ages and ability, as long as you're mobile, you know.
I don't think I would make much of a boxer, to be honest.
We'll be out to Thursday.
But we also run the class then on Saturdays, a kids boxercise class. In fairness now, Mickey Olin there, one of our coaches, and another lad, a volunteer with the club, Jonathan Lee, he decided to set this up, and it was a huge success for the club. And the kids that come then, there's a lot of kids that come to the class and they might have ADH or autism, but it's just for exercise and alone, like, you know, and enjoyment and fun. And
the fact that you have the understanding as well,
yeah,
you know, it is fantastic.
But it's been very beneficial for them, like, and they've really enjoyed it. We've a lot of parents come back and say, like, you know, there's a couple of kids there now and they want to come every Saturday, like, you know. It's so beneficial for them and so enjoyable, you know.
Yeah, and of course you're hugely successful as well with your female boxers. Now, the only female Irish boxer that comes to mind, my mind, being non-sporty, is Katie Taylor. I'm sure there's a lot of young girls following in her footsteps at the moment, but
there is,
in your club alone, there's huge success.
Yeah, well, we have 10 national champions now, and 6 of them are female. You know, this year alone now we had a national senior champion, Nicole Hayes won her title in December, and then we had...
She's very committed as well, though.
She's very, very dedicated. She's a 2-time national champion. In February then we had Sophie Thornton, who won a national under-18 title, and then in May this year we had Leanne Murphy, who again won her 2nd national title. You know, she's a junior 1.
Yeah,
she's going for her 3rd national title now in August, which is the cadet championships, and hopefully, like, if she wins that, then she'll get on a plane to Russia for the European junior championships, you know. So that's her goal there. But female boxing is flying in Ireland, like the standard, like Katie Taylor started it, but now we have girls of 8 and 9 years of age coming into the club, and they're actually 3 years away from competition, which is at 11 years of age. So you have 3 years to develop these girls, like, so the standard is fantastic.
Yeah.
Just recently there now, Katie O'Keefe from Kanturk, who's only 12 years of age, won a bronze medal at the European Championships, you know. But the commitment, like females, like Aiba, which is the head of the amateur boxing in the world, have really promoted females within the sport now, and they want to bring up the gender balance, you know.
Of course.
So they want a lot more women involved in the judging, the refereeing, and the coaching side as well.
Yeah.
We have 4 female coaches there now at the moment in the club, like Louise Ford there now. She's a coach there now since 2014. She's a qualified coach. We have Anya McLaughlin, who's done very well as well. She's another coach, and she's also a timekeeper with the county board. And we have Lisa O'Mahony and Sarah Kelly, who joined us this year, who are 2 fantastic coaches.
They're fab. I actually met both of them. Yeah.
You know, so they've made a massive all 4 women have made a massive contribution to our club, you know. So it's really on the up, like female boxing, you know.
Of course.
Like every October there in Dublin, Ed Griffin there, who's part of the Esco Boxing Club, runs a fantastic tournament for females for all levels, from from 11 up to elite, like, you know, and there's over 300 boxers take part in it from across Europe, like. So, and the standard this year alone was fantastic, like, you know. It was, you could really see the improvement it's getting every year, like, you know.
Of course.
It's incredible, like.
And I suppose there's a misconception as well that, you know, if you're a girly girl, you can't box. That's not true, sure, it's not.
It's not. It's
That's
not.
why we're going on Thursday.
It's not for everyone, but it's like everything else. You try it, and if you enjoy it, you stay with it, you know. So we have girls that come in, and we have a junior class there now that's very popular at the moment, 8 to 12-year-olds, and you know, we have a lot of members come through it. They try it, they see what it's like. So it's for some and it's not for others then. And the girls that do stay enjoy it then, you know, they're very committed, like, and dedicated. That's one thing I would say, that any girl you do get who is interested, the dedication they give it then is incredible, you know.
Yeah.
It really is fantastic, like, very good, like.
That's unbelievable.
So we're going Thursday.
No, we're not. You can go Thursday. You're more than about 20 minutes in the afternoon when you stop. They put you through the paces, I tell you. Now, we were talking as well before we came on tonight. There was 2 Irish boxers, female boxers, went ahead to some championships. You see, I'm not really clued in with the whole boxing world now, so you'll have to explain.
That was today. Michaela Walsh there and Kelly Harrington, they won bronze in the European Championships today, you know. It's a fantastic achievement, like, but they're 2 top-class girls. But again, like, the standard that's there again, you know. Like, these girls are high level, like, you know, but the girl that beat Kelly Harrington now was the girl that beat Katie Taylor in the Olympics there in Rio, like, you know. But the standard is incredible, like, you know. Yeah. But the girls alone, even in the high performance unit in Dublin there, there's the number 1 team, like, but below that there's fierce talent there, you know. Yeah. It's just getting better, as I say, it's getting better and better every year. Every year. It's fantastic.
And how do you work funding then and stuff? It's just something that just came into my head.
Well,
how do you keep going?
We've great supporters there now. From the start, we've always had great support. Super Value and Toker there now have been fantastic to us, and there's a lot of others who have contributed to the club as well.
Of course.
You know, it's non-profit, so everything. And then we have good membership. Like, we have to run the boxercise class now on the Saturday and Tuesday and Thursday night for funding, and our own membership is very good as well, you know. So we work harder. So during the season now, we're working 6 and 7 days a week easily, like, you know. But we have a fantastic team of coaches. Myself and Andrew Thornton were made head coach and assistant head coach in 2015, and we set out a plan for the boxing then, like, and from there, then we brought
yearly plans.
I suppose. You know, from there, then we brought in other coaches then as well. Like, you know, during the course of since the club was formed, we lost some coaches. We brought in coaches. You know, Mickey Olden joined us there now, and Mark Cotter, Ian Power. You know, Johnny Glennon. All these people came in, and they've made a massive contribution to the club. Derek Walsh as well. Like, you know, but we have a fantastic team there now. But again, we work hard. It's sometimes it's 7 days in a row in the club, but between the 12 of us, then we mix it up. We can take days off and stuff, you know.
Yeah, which is great.
It's like
but it goes again. The year commitment obviously shines off on the kids, because then they see year commitment and then they give it back.
Well, that's what you have to have. Like, the kids can pick up on it so quick, you know. So you really do have to have that commitment and that dedication, because
if you were kind of like
there's no bluffing children, but you know yourself, you know. You can't bluff the kids, so if you're not up for it, they'll pick up on it. So that's why, you know, when you have coaches who love what they're doing. Yeah.
But you can see that throughout your club, to be very fair, you know. From somebody that knows nothing about boxing, but would have been involved in it for a
looking at you.
But their level of commitment is second to none, you know, and you should really be commended.
But it's a
for
passion
that alone.
It's a passion. Like, to be honest with you, nearly all the coaches we have to be bait out of the club, like, you know what I mean. It's we do morning sessions. Like, when we have boxers for championships there now, we could do a morning session at 6:30 in the morning. We'll come back to the club in the evening and do a second session, you know.
And this is all on your own time again.
All on our own time, yeah. But it's all for the success of the club. Like, we do a lot of community work now, but as a club, we want to win titles.
Of course you do.
You know what I mean?
That's everybody wants to be the top of their game, you know?
But the standard of boxing in Cork alone is incredible.
That's what I was just going to ask. Is there other boxing clubs then around?
Oh, I think roughly now there's about 28 boxing clubs in Cork, like. But there's top clubs in Cork, like, you know. Like there's 2 current European champions at the moment as we stand in Cork, and Katie O'Keefe, as I said, won the bronze medal. But Michael Faulkner from the Northside Boxing Club, he's a European schoolboy champion. He only won that 2 weeks ago. And then Callum Walsh from Riverstone is another European champion, won again this season, like, you know.
Yeah, that's a name that's very familiar to me, to be honest with you. I see him an awful lot on social media winning this and fighting in this.
They're winning European titles, like. So the standard of boxing in Ireland is incredible, like. It's the talent that's there and the work. There's great clubs around the country, like, you know, and again, it's all voluntary. It's all voluntary. These people are just so passionate about boxing and they're giving it to, and there's top clubs all over. So even our county championships now is a very high standard.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like next year now we will have Michael Faulkner, a European champion, boxing in our county championships. So to win a county title is hard as well, like, you know. But it's always on the up. Boxing is getting better and better.
Yeah, my little girl is dying to go over and join, you know, to be fair. She keeps saying, can I go over? And I'm like, your little face! You know?
She'll either take to it or she won't, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you must...
But she's
like
the type of child that if she wants to do something, she puts her mind to it and she's very dedicated.
As I
very
said,
committed.
we found that with a lot of the girls. When they do commit, then you get 100% dedication from them. Like, they're very good, you know?
How she'd fare out in the ring situation, but she certainly wants to take part in the training.
Again, you it's the same with every boxer. You don't know that until she goes into the ring, you know. Like I always say, a champion walks through your door. There's a built-in.
Leave
my child
alone.
Yeah. Well, that's where then the boxercise classes are so popular because you don't go into
fun.
They are. They're very good, like, you know.
I've done boxercise in Australia, but I did boxing as well. When I did boxercise, boxercise is fun.
If you're fit,
I'd
be panting.
There's a very high intensity though to the boxing, you know. The training itself, it's very high intensity. That's why people enjoy the training. The hard part is going into the ring, obviously, but the training side of it is very good. If you're looking to get fit, it's fantastic training and it's very intense. And you can keep the sessions as long as you want. You can go from 30, 45 to an hour, you know. So you can really change it up, and there's a mix. There's a mix.
No,
in there now. I'll convince you.
He's reeling us in.
Doing your tax forms, which I think is after messing up your head a small bit.
Exactly.
But so, do you know the way some sports are seasonal? This obviously goes all year round. Your club is open all the time.
Yeah, well, we'll be taking a 6-week break shortly there now. When I say that, the club itself will be taking a break. We'll be preparing another girl there now and for the cadet championship, you know. But the season itself is all year round, yeah. So in July there now there's the National Under-18 Championships coming up, and then in August you have the Cadet Championships, and September then is the start of the season again, like, so you kick on from there then. But you have all different levels, you see, like, you know, from the September time frame to kind of December, January, it's the older lads, the elites, the seniors, you know, they'd be over 18, and then after, from January on, then you go back then to the underage, which would be the 11 to 16 year olds, you know.
Of course, so, and it's so important as well, even during the summer, to keep kids away from the PlayStations, and you know, there's that side of it as well, you know.
It's the outdoor, like recently there now we took our own boxers out to Ballincollig Regional Park for a bit of training, and it was fantastic with the nice weather. We said, look, we'll take advantage of it. Last year we went to the beach. This year we went to the park, and it was very enjoyable, like, you know.
But on
people were watching then saying, like, well,
but it creates a bit of a buzz. But I've often seen you running through Joker.
Yeah.
Or groups of you.
That's
running
right.
Through or
we
jogging
take them
through.
over some nights there when the weather is fine again. Like, we'll take them over and we'll do hill sprinting there by a little hill, like, you know. So they'll go up and down the hill there about.
We'd be exhausted.
A good few times there, like. They love Johnny Glennon normally looks after that there now. So when they see Johnny in the club, they know there's a hill sprint session coming, like, you know.
Oh, for God's sake! No.
But it's a mix, like
we'll try the boxercise sometime.
Yeah. The boxercise class we never do that with the boxercise class. They work within the club. They're only there.
Do you know what we'll do? All right, so we'll take Cork Live out there some night with us, and we'll just do a pre-record of the sessions.
Yeah.
No problem. We'll get you
involved.
We'll
have St John's ambulance on standby for me, and we'll be grand.
We'll try to get a defibrillator for the club anyway.
Probably a couple of them. Shane, thanks very much. Thanks a million. Now, Tara O'Leary. Tara is a hugely popular name amongst the Miss Corks, because we had Tara Nolan
was here,
was our very first guest here. You're very welcome.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Sorry I didn't get to you sooner, God love us. Now, obviously,
That
no,
Shin
you...
never shuts up.
No, see, it's always back to me.
passion for boxing.
Now, you're a former Miss Cork 2017, but you obviously do something to stay in shape because you're in pristine condition, if you don't mind me saying so. What do you do yourself? I presume you're not into boxing.
Not yet, but after today I definitely might join you with that box exercise class. So I suppose
Don't tell me that now because I will make you go.
I'm well up for it. Always up for something new. So I just go to the gym and Pilates classes. That's kind of how I keep fit. I think it's good to, no matter how busy you are. I suppose last year in particular when I was doing Miss Cork, I was like flat out busy, but I always made sure I had time to like unwind. So like you probably get that like everyone's really dedicated, but it's so important to like unwind.
But exercise
and
is so important
for
your
mental and
health.
physical.
Yeah.
At any
Very
age.
important,
Yeah. So I don't just do it for like the physical aspect. I suppose when you're in the spotlight, you always want to look good, but just for like
For
to
yourself.
relax.
Switch
Yeah.
off, yeah.
So yeah. Besides that, I'm gonna start boxing. Exercise, anyways. I'll start.
Yeah, you can let us know how you get on.
Yeah, we will let us know.
If you
No,
don't
I
hear
get that
from
though,
me.
that's for
Yeah.
yourself, that it's not for...
Yeah,
I think you're just trying to
completely.
persuade me to go back to a Duke tomorrow.
I'm sure you'll be there tomorrow as well.
Tomorrow, we'll all go. But it is good for your mindset. I think it is.
Completely.
And I think when you're working out and you're feeling good and you come out of there feeling good, you end up having the right foods. So it all interlocks.
Oh, of course it
Do you
does.
know
Of
what
course
it
it does.
It does.
Now, next weekend, Tara, you are involved in the Cork Summer Show.
Yes.
So you're going to tell us a bit about that? It's on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, so next weekend, myself and yourself and Grace from South Peaches will be walking around judging all those dresses and outfits.
That'll be on the Sunday of
on
the
the
weekend.
Sunday, yeah. So I'm really looking forward to that.
There's some fantastic prizes as well up for grabs for best dressed. I'm not quite aware what they are right now, but I know that Grace has put up some prize as well.
So I get it. Not
we'll see. Maybe on Sunday you might. But sorry, go on.
Yeah, so I suppose it's going to be a great weekend for like every age group. Like I know I'm excited for it, but especially for kids, it's just a good like family day out. Hopefully the weather now will be good as well.
I know. I
So,
hope it doesn't break
yeah.
between now and the weekend.
But
'cause
if
it's so
not, we'll
important.
try on our wellies.
Again, I'll be
That's for
hiding.
the weather, anyways.
Where's it on?
It's
Sorry, I
on-
just was...
So what's the
Cork Summer Show. It's out Ballincollig direction.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
you won't miss it anyways. They're after setting up. I was just after passing it today, and like it looks a great setup so far.
Yeah, it's hugely successful.
Yeah.
It's on every year. Every year.
So,
I'm just too clued into
Must
my
come along.
own self and my own stuff.
So Sarah, what's coming up with you next week?
Next
Thank you,
week, I just the house moved this week. Now let me get through that. But loads of work with the pantry as well at the minute. I'm working a lot on that because I'm taking the feedback that I've got the last few weeks and then working with it. So what people did like and what they didn't like. And when you're inside there, for those who don't know, it's a merchant's key. You can leave feedback. I suppose one of the things at the minute was that the healthy food was being served with deep fried sweet potato wedges. That obviously wasn't working, but it was an option at the end of the day because not everyone like I'm just bringing Shane into it. You might go in and say I'll have the lasagna and or I'll have the sweet potato fries, whereas someone who's really watching their weight might say no, but wouldn't have the ability to say no. So we're changing things around with the menu, and then so that's my main thing at the minute because I really want that to take off. It has taken off, but just to give it that bit of a push to make it perfect. So I've been spending hours. I actually went into the kitchen myself the other day for 5 hours. Chef costume, the whole lot, and weighed and measured every single item that I tell people it's weighed and measured.
Yeah, you want to stand over your own product.
Yeah, I don't want it to be something, I don't want someone to go in and read a menu and say, oh, that says 40 grams of mozzarella, and then it not be. So like my heart and soul is going into that at the minute. I did stand and weigh out mayo, ketchup, porridge oats and cheese in containers to do for the next 2 days, and I'll be back in there again Wednesday. So my heart and soul is going to that at the minute, the house as well, and then just Slimming World. Slimming World,
Your
Slimming
baby.
World. My baby, yeah, it is. And I suppose this is the time of year people start to slack and they kind of go out to the summer. Why would we? Do you know, it's the summer, and I get that, but even setting a goal to maintain for the summer, but it's getting there every single week. And I suppose I did speak about that a while ago, practice what you preach, because here I am telling people always get your way in, but yet then I'm avoiding going to the gym. So it just put me back in the shoes of where I was when I started, and to remember that you have to make it work, and you have to go, and you just have to be there and just do it. So the same with my members or any members of any group. It doesn't have to be Slimming World, it could be Uni Slim, it could be the boxing, it could be anything at all. just get there. Just do it every week, no matter what. If you've had 6 Big Mac meals,
Commit.
And it's commitment. And I suppose you spoke about that a while ago. It's a commitment to someone, and that's what will get you to where you need to be.
But it must be very frustrating, even for the likes of you, Shane. You know, when you commit 110% yourself
And you don't get
to running these groups, and you people slacking off, or is that just par for the course?
Yeah, it's just human nature, isn't it? Like, you know, some people will give everything, and then some will just, you know, it's hard to keep it going as well. The motivation, I think, is you know, it's very hard. That's why you have to change it up as well, like, you know. Even with people who are losing weight there, it's good to have a variety of different exercises.
Things, yeah.
Walking,
And
jogging,
food or,
you know, exercise or whatever. I think if you're doing the same routine over, it's easy then to give up on it.
Yeah.
Whereas if you keep it fresh and change it every so often, you've more chance of being successful at keeping going, like, you know.
Yeah, like I suppose I was talking to someone earlier about that. Actually, she had lost a lot of weight as well, and she has put it back on since. And we had the talk about it. I was only on the phone to her a while ago. We were talking about it, and she said, "Sarah, if I had just done it the way, like, I suppose I've lost mine the healthy way. I haven't done extreme. I lived my life. I've done it the right way. I suppose I've just always put the diet into my lifestyle. I haven't made my lifestyle the diet. Although it may seem like that to some people, but she hasn't, and she went strict. And then all of a sudden, like, it's back on, and she's at a standstill. She said, if, like, I haven't gained anything back. I'm still where I am now. I'm maintaining, losing a little bit every week, but not where I want to be. But that girl is not. And I kind of suppose commitment, back down to commitment. I've never given up. There's been weeks here, even when we started, when I was going like, just can't do it. I just can't do it. I've that wedding next week that I set a target for 6 weeks ago.
Oh my God, is that next week already? She's been talking about this wedding now for a week.
I've been talking about it, and I set a goal. I have 7 pounds to lose. I have 2 weigh-ins, and I'm hoping that I can do it. I am putting my heart and soul into that now as well, into myself. So I've been really good food-wise, and I suppose with the gym now as well, getting that in, it might help. But if I don't get it, I don't get it. But I'd love to get it. I'd love now to be, like, I'm 11, I'd love to be 10-7 for next week, or for Friday week. Shane?
It's a target.
It's a target,
It's a
and I suppose
target.
it's like anything, like,
He'd put you in a sweatsuit.
I suppose it's like
You get your
anything, like,
skipping.
I suppose it's like anything that, like, if you set the target, if you don't get it, it doesn't matter. It's the effort you make along the way. So I know I'll still feel good on the wedding day, even though I've made the effort. I might not be at where I wanted to be, but I've made the effort to do it, do you know? And when we spoke, I think it was when Tara was here, the other Tara was here the last time, I didn't know I was going to be moving houses and all that stuff. And life gets in the way.
It's all exciting.
Life gets in the way, and things happen, and like the pantry and all these things happen.
And you're in love.
And I'm in love. And then when RSVP happened, I suppose you kind of get a big head. You know, you do. You kind of take the foot off the pedal going, look at me.
I won't be on deflating that, you know, I see more of that.
You know, you kind of do take the foot off the pedal. But again, it's life happens, things get in the way, but you always have to make it your business to get there. Do you know? I did try persuading myself, as I said, in the car going down to the Duke. I was like, no. And then I walked in, and Irene was standing there, and I was like, don't look at me. And she's like, I'm delighted to see you. And I only spoke about that again a while ago. This fear that I suppose people have going to the box, and people say, I haven't been there for weeks now, should they laugh at me? You know, and people do that with the consultants as well, not just me now, but every consultant. Sure, I couldn't go back into her, she'd only be laughing at me. Or, you know, I've rejoined 5 times. Doesn't matter if you rejoin 30 times, because there'll be a time where it'll click, and there'll be the time where it's your time then, do you know? So that's my life now for this week.
Well, thanks very much, Sarah.
I apologise for the condition of my throat, sorry.
There you are.
This is all no commitment,
Really
friendship.
been. Nobody else would, but we leave it. It's alright, friendship. And thanks for coming down
You're
at such
very
short
welcome.
notice
You're
as
very
well.
welcome.
Shane Ford from Toker Boxing Club. Thank you.
No problem,
And
thanks.
Tara O'Leary, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And I'd also like to thank Diane O'Mahony Jewellers for sponsoring my lovely jewellery
Bling,
tonight, my bling bling. Now don't forget as well to check out our male makeover giveaway. We have clothing from Willett in Merchants Quay, a male grooming package from Tom Winters, and a meal for 2 for the Corn Store. So that's on the cover photo of the Cork Live page. So make sure you check that out. Next week we have Julie from Twinning It and Winning It, and we have Maeve Dennehy from Love Cherish Boutique. And Sarah, you'll be back with us next
You
week.
won't recognise me next week. And hair done. I look a bit like Tara next week.
So thanks so
a
much.
version of Tara, but I look a bit like Tara next week.
Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week. Thanks all.
Thanks, Emil.